Guys, am I audible? We are so sorry, guys, for some due to some technical issues. We are not able to start the meet. That is why there was a delay. So sorry. So we'll get started now. Hello, Mr. Sachin.
Yeah, I got it.
Hi, Mr. We are so sorry. Like there was some technical glitch due to which we are not able to. It was loading for so long that we couldn't start it on time. So sorry, guys. Uh,
Yeah,
just
thank you.
as the presenter access, you can start now, Mr.
Yeah,
Sachin.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, very good evening, and I hope that the rest of the class goes well. Okay, so am I audible? And if my screen is visible, just give me a quick confirmation. Otherwise, please. It used to happen in our college and school days, no? We used to wait for the class to start and the teacher used to come late. Though the scenario was different, the trainer was here, but we couldn't just start. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Chalo. So let's just finish the part which we were supposed to finish yesterday, the elements, and then we'll just go to the website and do all these things practically today. So I'm just going to finish all and then maybe we're going to discuss again. If you have any questions from any of the elements theoretically, then we can take the questions. But it's just like hi everyone, hi, good evening, hello. And just let's start. Okay, we already wasted 15-20 minutes, so let's just start. Okay, cool. So the last part which I was taking yesterday, I told you that I will be starting from the same level. So the last part which we were seeing yesterday was the image alt text. Image alt text stands for the alternative text, and the easier meaning of easier, for the understanding, it can be said at the image description. We have seen one screenshot that was from the simply on PPT only. I'll show you more screenshots from all of the elements point of view, but this is just for the image alt text right now. So this is something which happens when alt text comes into the use. So the usage is very simplified. Even if the image is not getting loaded, no matter how much you have taken care of it by the size point of view, by your server point of view, by your loading time point of view, but it can anytime happen to anyone that the viewer and the user is using slow internet or having any issues in his system. So if that would be the scenario, then he will just be able to see something of the sort, that there is an image with house or a villa in Ohio types. It would be written in the alt text like villa in Ohio. Also, I just told you at the last few minutes that it helps the visually impaired. So I was discussing that if anybody is reading a text you cannot see, so the softwares like these scanners helps them to just read and scan the content. And generally, when image comes, so the scanner will going to tell that it is the image, and it will going to read the image description post that. Okay. So we were just seeing email marketing. I think I should just see something else maybe. So no. So maybe just a travel blog from India. Okay, and it's just keeping it very macro, so that I can just see if anything good being written, so that we can just see the H1, H2, and also the image alt text of any site of site. That's the homepage, so they would have a lot of things, maybe a trip to someplace here. Okay, so now they have a lot of content here, of course, and we can just see. I've just come for the first time on this site, so I don't know how they have structured it. Now I want to just analyze few things which I have learned as of now. If I just toggle it, and if I just go again on the top, so we know that this is H1, okay, this is right, and this is Pira. It is coming from in between. It is coming when you go it goes well. Yeah, it was P lead, and then you see Chhattisgarh, so it is H2. You guys with me? I hope you are able to recap, from where we have left yesterday. Okay, so leaving the starting point of today's class behind, let's just bring back the focus on where we stopped. So H2 again, and then there is an image. So you can see there is a image with IMG308. Maybe the way they would have kept that into their system. But the alt text being given. Can anybody tell me what is the alt text given? You can use abbreviations and you can use this just a shortcuts to just describe. What is the alt text of this image being given? You can see from the right side as well. Anyone here who was able to see? So Chittorgarh fort sculptures. Not, yeah. So Chittorgarh fort sculptures can be seen here also, and you can see the alt. The meaning of this image means the image being given. So this is the Chittorgarh sculptures. Same way, if you just would see for something else, one more maybe. So this is not been given. This is not been given. So this is not rightly optimized. So they have just missed the alt text for this image. This is what you check, when you join somebody, so you have to check all these things for them, okay? Then you just tell them that this is an important part of the SEO. Again, they have missed it. So they are actually given to the first image only, and then they have not given to the rest of the images, maybe. Then they have given in between to some image called Gomukh Reservoir, Chittorgarh Fort. Again, they have given to this. So, but you have to ensure that with whomsoever you work with, and yes, yeah. So you have to just check that the website is optimized in this way. You have to keep checking things. Of course, the tools can help you. So the Targar Fort sculptures, you can see that pretty. Okay, the alt being given. See, it's there. ALT, alt. When you hover, you can just see on the right side. Got it now? Got it now, Preeti? You there? Yeah. Okay. You can just compare, na? See, because it's written alt, and now if I would go and just check the next image, you will not find that. You will just find the image source, image SRC. For this, there is only image SRC being given, means the image link. If I just click this, where it will take me? It will take me to the image link. Yeah, see, it just takes me directly to the image link. I can just download this image from here. Okay, but in this case, alt is missing. So that's what we have to just tell them, that you have to put it in the backend so that the alt text is there and it is rightly optimized from the SEO checklist point of view. Okay. And yes, we were talking about the infinity pair. So if any of those people who cannot read and who have any issues with reading, if they come to the website, so they would use the software as I told you, the scanner. So this will just going to read for them. Okay, that scanner will going to read for them. So same way you can just maybe imagine that those scanners are like bots only. Okay, bots are reading and trying to get everything inside the database, making copy of it and just loading everything and scanning and scrolling and all. So when they reach here, if they're not able to know the name of the image, which they understand by the description, which means the alt text, it means they are not going to rank it. They are not going to give a priority to it. Now, when the rank comes from the picture point of view, then picture name is not enough. The alt text is something which has to be given in the right manner. Just like if I go and search for mean open rate email marketing, because that was the last thing which we seen yesterday, I think, from there. So if I just go into the images, somebody comes, like if I also come and I don't want to just go directly to the HubSpot or Neil Patel, my inquiry is about a particular image, I'm looking forward for. So I'll just write this, and then maybe you will say something, or you see somewhere that that particular image been given from that in a particular blog. It's just like you have to check that where it is. I hope I have put it up the right keyword. It was mean open rate, no? I remember well. Let me just see the. Or either you can just take two examples at a time. You can just take this one as well. So I'll just keep it open so that we can check this one as well later. We'll just take this. And what was the website name? IndiaTravelBlog.com. Okay. Now let's just go to the images. It has come from here. So you can see it has come from the same, uh, you know, uh, blog which you are reading. Okay. It will take you to the same blog which you are reading. We did not reach to that level where this one would have given. We have not checked for this. I think we just checked directly for this. So it is picking up the first image. That's why it is coming on the top rank. If you just go and see, maybe this would also be given the same, or maybe it is checking from the heading point of view. So you can just check it again. In this case, it has they have not given it. Let me just see other results. Yeah, but I'm also checking for others, huh? Like how it is picking the keywords. That's why keywords I'm just checking once, like how much it is relevant basically. Because from the website it has already picked two images from the same page. One which we've seen, and another image also I just seen. There was an image, but it is not showing the one which has the alt text. Maybe because of the clicks. The only reason could be because of the clicks. The engagement I could have got, because that's coming on the top and that one is not coming on the top. That's in the bottom. So the only reason. So one more thing. Let me see that part once. See, it's like a checklist. We have to just do everything. Once I'll show you the tool, it will give you the alert if you're not using the image or text. But Google doesn't say that if you're not providing your text, I will not give you the rank, or either I will not show your product, or either I will not show your image. You have just seen on Google Images, we have just checked randomly. So there are products or there are images which are being used without the image or text and being shown even. And where the image or text being given, it has not been shown. So all the factors has to be clubbed together. So maybe that image is because coming from the title introduction part, the very top section, that image has been given a priority. And this image maybe would have been added later, or it has not got that much engagement in the number of clicks. Somebody would have clicked it or not. So it has taken down or got the second, third page, whatever. So that's what I'm just checking on the next example, which we have been doing. I'm just be bit satisfied by seeing if it is happening with all our cases, or it has just happened once. So at least we can just see the difference. So the image which I have just shown you yesterday uh, from the email or text point of view. So it was this. Can we open it? I just want to see that which exactly all text, what exactly all text they have put up. And then we'll again going to search and then see maybe it is also getting the ranking or not. Just find the scenario. This is going as email marketing being operated by industry. Yeah, this is the one. So it has shown, this one has come. You can see this has been picked up because of the alt text and the right title, the right search being made. You can see the travel wala, maybe it was because the keyword was very common coming from all the images, like it was more something which been confusing for Google to show as whatever the result from the travel blog or whatever the travel triangle, the India travel blog it was. So all the images which actually been shown right now on Google are coming from the same website, and Google is not able to decide the positioning because of too many images with the same kind of a Chittagong fort. Okay, so let me just see again from that point of view. So this is the one. Rather, it is not even showing the earlier one which was showing. So maybe I'm just going to go to the page again, the same website, and there was another article. No? So I'm going to search that as well, so that we know that what could be the reason. I'm just going to see the another image from the same page for which there was alt text, so that we are sure that how it is basically picking up things. This doesn't highlight anything. And guys, just to confirm to Nana if I'm audible and clear. In the top of my notes, there are audio troubleshooting steps. Please somebody type it or copy paste for her. I'm just into this. Yeah. Can you see now? In this case, it was more clear. Why? Because of that keyword. That keyword was so common that it was able to pick two, three images from the same website. But in this case, it was about the Kamuk Reservoir Chittorgarh Fort, and it is just showing the image which is so precisely talking about the only thing from that page. That was I was, trying to see and show you, because this because the Google is able to just pick up from Chittorgarh on the top of the title, and the very first image which comes with the title actually being given the priority as compared to the other one which is coming a bit later. But here, when it was so precisely mentioned with the proper keyword, with no other image with the same keyword being given or with the title being given, so on Google you are able to see the only image from that blog was this one. Now, I hope you are able to get the reason or the purpose why I just spent this time. That it actually tells search engine to drive the meaning from the image, and in the images it gives the priority. Okay, so that is something which would happen on its own if you would try with the proper image or text. Just try to keep it very precise. I will tell you the trick. The trick, which is very simple, is that please, if you are using any subheading or any just a minute here. I don't know what happened just now. The trick is more from the research point of view, whatever we have done. So if we know that we have researched on the title keyword, if we know that we have researched on the subtitle keyword, suppose if I just go into this blog only, so I know that I would have decided what should go in the H1, what would go in the H2, what would go in the H3, and if my H2 has some image, okay, so what I would do, I will try that the keyword by all the research and by all seeing all the factors, if I have decided to make it a H2 thing, or if I decided to make this one as a H2 thing, by mean open data mean, this means that is a valuable keyword that has some demand, that has some searches, that has a lesser competition, whatever it is. So what I would do, I will definitely going to keep my alt text like this: temples in the port, and then maybe the name. If the name is like in this case, it will not be very relevant, but in this case, the name should be given because that's the name of the temple. But if you're doing something like this, then I will definitely going to give the name like they have given, being open rate by industry or email marketing being open rate by industry. So if somebody types that relevant query and tries to search the image, then we have a chance that our image will going to coming on the top or maybe on the top 10, top 20 ranking, rather than being lost because of too many images from the same page. Clear? Everyone clear with the alt text meaning and also the usage of all three levels? All three levels. It is just not from the search engine point of view. More important is like we are not leaving it blank. If somebody is not able to load it, so we are able to show something in written. Also, we are helping visually impaired people, so they are also getting something to read. And at the end, we are also trying to rank on search engine with the help of the alt text being given. Okay, okay. Yeah. Okay. I also always tell that please do not use the links for the videos. Like, I'll just make it last so that we can use this white space. Just going to put video now. So for videos, what generally people does, so the WordPress is very easy to do because now WordPress directly takes the embedded code. But if I just keep it general from all the platforms point of view, what people generally would do, they will go on a YouTube. Maybe if I wanna share this video just for an instance. Okay, so what I would do, I will copy this and I will go on to my website backend to just add on. Just telling you the do's and don'ts for video thing now. So this has, because of something very specific I want to show from this particular website, has come into my checklist. It has not been given mostly if you would check any of the blogs. The video thing they don't talk much about. For me, somewhere it has just worked. I'll just show you the live demo. Why I brought this point from this website only that point is. First of all, let's see what exactly I mean by. So if I go into my any of the existing pages and I have to share that YouTube video link, so what generally would have done, I would have just come and edited my page. Of course, we'll be learning all these things now today to do step by step how you make your page and how you editing and all. So what I would have done, I would have just written like this: click and would have given the link directly. Okay, like this, something like this. You know what I've done. Okay, and then I push it, and then this becomes clickable. Or either I could have just use the link part, which I will explain you. Okay, I'll just tell you how can we make something clickable on the WordPress. So you just press this if I want to make this button clickable, and we go here and we then put the URL here and enter. So that is now clickable. Okay. So either of the ways people would do, just make it clickable, or people would just put the link directly. I hope you understand both the scenarios how that could have been done. Either making this button clickable, or otherwise very basic that just put a link. Just like you send the link on the Facebook timeline, you send the link on the LinkedIn, you give the link on the WhatsApp. So this is all happens. These are the scenarios like, but this is not the way. Because what is happening, if I go to the page and if I'm reading this content, so this is I just came here and it has just taken me to the YouTube now from here. First of all, so I'm not getting any value out of it. Okay? Maybe person who's just going to close the YouTube and close my page as well. First uh, problem area of using the click directly to the YouTube is this: that you're just taking the user out of your shop. It took so much of your efforts to bring him inside the shop, and now you have just given him a gateway to move out. Agree? Everyone agree? If this is happening, okay. So this is not right. First of all, from this point of view. Second point of view is, if we do the embedding. Now you would of course going to ask me what is the embedding. Then what we're doing, we are increasing the engagement. Well, how the embedding can be done? So if I just go here, and now rather than just taking the link from here, if I go into the share and I click embed and I just copy this code, okay, just copy this code. I went back again. Okay, I can just type the code here. Now you can see once I update this, and I'll go into my page again. So now this comes like this. So number one is good or number two is good? From the reading point of view only, from the engagement point of view. That's the first use you have just able to see that embedding is so important, that if you're just keeping person in here and we are able to just get the engagement out of the video in here. Okay. Second advantage, which I was just talking about, in this website only, if I would go on a Google and type Manipal Arca skin, okay, and I'm just going to type something else, PPC marketing Arca again. Now, when I'm typing PPC marketing Arca, it has all relevance that it has brought me to this page, because this is all about PPC, PPC, PPC. Agree? Everyone agree that why this result from my Arca page being shown? Because it is about PPC only. Everyone here with me? If I'm typing PPC, then PPC result is relevant, na? But I typed Manipal, and from Arca, my home page being shown. Now let's go to my home page and let's search for Manipal. There is nothing here. I know that it is showing. I know the reason it's showing, but there is nothing like text being given of Manipal. The reason it is showing is that the video which is embedded here, the video, just like I have told you to embed, is basically a video of a dummy from Manipal. Are you with me? Are you able to connect threads? What is happening? Are you there, guys? So the video title, the moment the video title actually been picked up because of the embedding, because moment the embedding is happening, embedding means the code of the web page actually getting embedded with this code as well, the backend code of this video. So when something being searched, so Manipal is not here in the page anymore. You cannot see Manipal anywhere. I have just searched in front of you. It is just not there been given. But because of the presence of the video from the backend, Manipal being read because of the embedding, my result of this page being shown. So that's the very unique, analysis I was able to make it out out of this result because I was just I was just one day checking the analytics of this page and I was seeing the search term and I was amazed to see search term of the Manipal skin specialist was very high and then I seen the result which it was showing of this page. I will tell you, how you can do that or research tomorrow. But and then I just checked how it could be possible. And lately, I was able to see that the video actually somewhere is related to the money. So since that day, rather it has just been 2 3 months only. So since that day, I have tried to tell everyone, but I have experienced. I'm just trying to experience. Still, I'm experiencing new things. So I just try to make a note of it and try to tell you guys. So this is something which I just got very recently. So I always tell, please do not put your videos in the click manner or in the URL manner. Please try to make them embedded because of two reasons. The engagement is high and you are somewhere getting a help from research because of the keywords inside or at the backside of the video. Okay, so that was from the video embedding part. Other than this, we have two more things which you are already aware of, which has to be there. Internal links, which you are already aware of, means link of a different page, but same website. Okay, you guys are very much aware of it. And they are very important relevancy signals. Okay, so I'm just writing in bracket. No, you cannot. Can you go at the back end of Facebook and embed? Then how you would able to? But do you know there is a update in every social media, and all that? No, because Anchor also if you're putting, so see, it is not going to give you that engagement. But Anchor is the same thing, huh? Like if I just say that I have made a page in front of you where it has gone because the high. So if I just write here, click for email marketing full tutorial, okay, and I would have made that clickable, which takes directly to the YouTube. So there is nothing like a difference. Like it is taking outside YouTube. Okay. So if I have anything which I want to show here, I'm not saying that you should stop giving the links because outbound links are so important. But when it comes to video, and especially from the YouTube, which is again a Google partner, Google owned. So from there, from the YouTube point of view, I always tell, please do not use the links, link part. Please do the embedding part. You can just send to the blogs, you can send to any of the, any of the other pages of the services site, maybe any of the product site, any of the e-commerce site, you can send anywhere. But when it comes to YouTube, especially any video, like it can be from any other sources of videos as well. So you can just embed them. No, 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 no. You can use any number of videos. Just when you put a video or embed it, always try to check the page speed. No, I will tell you from where you will able to do. But or either the search console will give you the alert that your page speed is too much, or your page timing is your page is taking too much time to load. So you have to just ensure that you are not doing over, over embedding because the views and everything, images and all will take space and it will increase the loading time of your page. So try to keep it like one or two videos only and short roasts. Yeah. They haven't used Manipal on the website, but it is only on given Manipal, which is embedded in video. And yes, yes, yes. It's not taking ranking higher. They have It is more like it is showing the video and then it is showing the result, from the Manipal world. Okay. Why it is not showing me the PPC page when I'm tapping Manipal? Why are they showing this page only? Because it has a Manipal video inside. Okay. And even if you will see, it is telling from here itself. Manipal Hospitals, more videos YouTube. That's just taken directly from the YouTube description. It doesn't belong to me. It's not my video. Okay. Yeah. So you are correct. Like whatever you said, that's correct. And then the how many of you doesn't know what is the internal link? Please be fair, because after this we are just going to start the uh, practical part of it, putting everything together. So can we make like something like something like from YouTube video to our page? Like you're talking that you are taking the content idea from the video and just trying to text it out. No? It's like more like somebody is explaining how to do the SEO in 2022 in a video format. So you're just trying to make it into the text format. This is what you're saying. Taking the ideas from that video. So like the embedding part, yes, you can, but you have to just explain. That's something which is more important. You just explain with the text, and always it's good. Always it's a very good practice if you just add on one small thing to it, that is video credit. Okay, so video courtesy or video credit. So after giving the video, you can just write here, just by adding a line. Just want to give some space, and you can just give the channel name or channel link as well. Here you can give the channel link or channel name. Okay, just to be on the safe side, that's always good. They are getting the traffic, so what's the problem? When you have just given their address now, they just given the name and the link of the video, then it means they're getting the traffic anyway. In the SQ text like this, you can just do it. You can just copy and bring it in.
रिपब्लिक डे यानी गणतंत्र दिवस ये एक सेलिब्रेशन है सेलिब्रेट
Here. And then at the same time, you can just take the channel link and make it clickable. Okay, so this is okay. And if you do not want to make it clickable, you can just give the channel name. Okay. I just just told you what all could have been done. Okay. So external link also called outbound link. You guys know already. Just trying to get everything under one checklist. And it is going to be a link of some other website. Okay. Yeah. Just going to show you an small section of from the presentation where whatever we have talked about, and then we're just going to start. So that if I have missed anything, so we can just check once. I hope I have covered all the elements, but still we can check. So this is what we have seen yesterday. Okay. After that, it will directly start from the on page. On page is the practice of optimizing web pages to rank higher and get relevant traffic from the search engine. And it will give you all those options like factors, titles, header tags, URLs, image alt, internal links, keywords, sitemaps. All this is what all we have done one by one as of now. And you can just start from here. The title tag we have already talked about. The title, the H1 you can say, whatever from the header family we have done yesterday. And then meta description is something which you see after that in the black color. It's a snippet explaining the content, and it directly doesn't influence the ranking, but it does influence a lot of CTR. People would click it if you have a very good description being given. So that is also to be highlighted here. I've already told you all these things yesterday only, just giving a quick recap and just trying to check if I have not forgotten any point. Okay. Then header tag we already talked about. That header tag breaks the information into some hierarchical order, which gives a better structure to the content. H1 is which it actually specifies the main purpose of the page, means the title, and then it goes to H2, H3 and subcategories. And H1 header tag were misused in the past when they were primarily asymmetric. Now they are not very important. Earlier people used to put a lot of H1s in their page because that was a very primary asymmetric to get the ranking. But it has not been given that much important. But at least we should always ensure from the structure point of view, from the reading point of view, from the engagement point of view, that H1 should be given. We should just not start by the H2. The H1 has to be given. But it should not be overused. That's why the misused word has come. So you cannot just put all H1 by thinking that because it's a title tag, it's H1 tag, so I will be picked up or my page will be picked up in the ranking from every search. So just try to keep it hierarchical. Just try to keep it like in the structure we have studied and we have understood yesterday. Okay. Then your URLs, so we know that how that works. Like you should keep it small. You should keep a keyword in there. So I have talked about everything, and include a keyword, include the issues category, whatever it is. Then image alt text already the image has been seen yesterday. Internal links you guys know very well. The links which points from one page to another of your website only. Internal links help users and search the navigational structure of website. And also they are very important relevancy signal because it increases the relevancy of the content when we are reading and when it takes to the other page of the same content which we are on. So it increases the relevancy signal for the crawlers or for the algorithm. Okay, so internal links are very important. We should always focus on giving as many internal links with the content size. It should not be like my content is 100 words and I'm putting 15 or 20 links there. It will be overused. So we have to ensure that we are again not going over 3 to 4%, even 5%. Maximum 5% is good. Okay, we'll talk about the numbers, not really. Keyword, we have spent a lot of time, so you guys know very well. Sitemap is the last thing which you know already. Okay, so these all are the on-page factors. I hope everybody is clear about every point as of now theoretically. Can I get a quick why before we move? Okay, great, cool. So what we'll do is now today we're not going to take a 10 minutes break, guys. We're just going to take a 5 minutes break because we already spent time, waiting. And I will just take a hot water so that I can again speak for 1 hour continuously with you guys. So we'll just come back and we're going to do everything on our page. Okay. What you can do meanwhile, I can just give you one task which can be done, of course, later as well, because I know in the 5 minutes today we are getting a lesser time. So I know that everybody would not be able to, be ready with all these stuff. If you can, if you are fast, if you've been doing some work since we have started, then just try to be ready with all these important prerequisites. First thing is your title. Of course, if you have done the keyword research, so you should have decided which one would go into your title, which you would make H1. It could be anything. Then you should be ready with some titles as well, like 2 to 3. Then some sub titles of subtitles if you can. Again, two each, two to three each. Like all three should have two to three each. Means total 8 9 topics you would have to write. Then you should have some text. You can do spinboard. You can write up your own, which would of course go into the P format. Okay, the paragraph basically. Then you should have your images ready. Then you should have the all text of images in your mind or in your notebook somewhere. Then if you want to embed any videos, so videos link or embedding ones or embed code, and also your keywords to stuff. If you wanna maybe LSI to expand the content. At least if these things are ready, then we can just do one even any of the pages. Like we can do the blogger as well. So why I put it up right now so that we can just do even after the class. You would get time. Most of you in India would be having the holiday tomorrow because of the Republic Day. So you can spend time in doing all this research and whatever I will teach you after the class. The way I will do on my page, having the content, whatever I have as a demo content. So you can do with your main content, whatever you would research or you would have researched as of now for the on page. Clear? Everyone clear with the homework? Yeah, you can do later to be very precise. Because I know I'm not giving you much time today to do it. I'm just taking a very short break today. Keywords, as many keywords you can keep ready so that it can help to expand your content. Na? We remember we did that example of running shoes, and you could have easily written about jogging, the fitness, the exercise, all that. So if all these subtitles and these subtitles are very relevant to the direct jogging or direct running shoes, so these can be extra things to be written. Yeah, related words. Yeah, the synonyms, variations, similar. You can just say anything to it. Okay, so let's just go and come back. I think 30 seconds for a poll, and if you have anything to ask, just ask me. So that when I come back, I just directly ask things. I just directly start doing things. Also, be ready with your later on. You can just log in into your blogger. But if you can log in the break, it will save time for you. So anyhow, but at least ask me anything if it's there, so that I can just come back and just start the practical. Even I don't want to speak much after when I come back. I will be doing things and you will be seeing. Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't ask to slow down, please now. Okay. Now, how many are there? More 5 seconds and then I'll close this. You guys can go just on a break. You will see the timer is, switched on after maybe 10 seconds. You guys can leave. Okay. Just take extra 10 seconds. So. I'm muting myself. Okay. So. So this is I'm not taking. And what else is not required? Before making the page or before doing anything, what I would do, I would purposely, I would purposely going to deactivate the Yoast. You guys know very well what is the Yoast usage. Yoast is used for the plugin. It's a plugin which is used for the SEO. Okay, so my plugins, installed plugins, and I will go and going to just deactivate my Yoast so that you can know what is the use of using the plugin in WordPress or in any of the uh, website making tool. So right now it is deactivated. It is asking me for the activation, which I will do later. So I come here and I assume, as I said, that my everything is ready from the point of view of SEO, whatever Sachin sir has told us to be ready with. So I was able to do it for me, and that is my content. And I just went, copied, just bring it here more closer so that it's easier to do. Okay. Now I just put in a title. The very first thing you learned in the WordPress is that you don't have to give the H1 tag when you're working on a WordPress. Why I said that? Like go step by step. If I publish it right away without any content being given, and if I now see my page front end, of course it is not presentable, but we can at least check one thing. Are you able to see? Did I mention anywhere H1? Did I mention anywhere H1? It has directly taken. Okay, directly it has taken the H1. So that is the first thing on a WordPress you will get an advantage. Okay. Now I'll keep doing it. I'll keep coming and refreshing and showing things to you. Okay. Now if I just refresh this because it is not refreshed, that's why it's still showing Yoast. Now if I just take my content one by one, suppose this is my demo content and I want to just give it like this. Not taking everything together, just maybe like the introduction, and I'm just going to put it here. So it has just come in the paragraph format directly. Okay, that's the second thing which we have not done anything. We can again check that. So this is in the H1, this is in the P. You guys with me? What I'm showing you here. Okay, so we're just taking text, writing or copying, pasting, whatever we are doing. WordPress is doing things as per us, as per our desire, as per the SEO, whatever it is. But there is a gap. Now, what is the gap? Gap is like I'm doing this thing, keeping all the points in my mind. But just for an example, I have not given any image. I have not given any link. I have not given any external link. I have not given any alt text XYZ. And because I am maybe not having any of the notes with me, any of the screenshots with me, I don't remember the checklist well. So I will just go and put this content and would be very happy that okay, my content is gone and now I will be getting a ranking. Okay, this is what I will think. है ना? But the moment, but the moment I go back and activate my SEO, and now come back. Right now, you can see I have just scrolled down till the bottom, nothing been given. Now, if I refresh, and suppose I've just given this content, now SEO or a Yoast SEO section has been added. And if I just go down and click SEO analysis, so it will tell me everything, whatever should have been here. You guys with me? What is the use of Yoast now? Are you able to see something? That it has just given me an alert that only one thing is right, that your SEO title. Okay. Otherwise, you do not have outbound, you do not have internal, your key phrase length is not good, your meta is not given, your image is not given, your text length is too short. So this is telling me now I don't have to recap the steps. I don't have to recap the or being updated, be updated with the SEO protocols. Just put a plugin, put your content, and rest is in front of you. Okay, so that was I was just trying to explain a lot of things from the theoretical point of view in the first two sessions when we started on page. Now you would know the meaning and you would able to rectify everything very easily. That's why the practical becomes so easy, once we do this. Okay, now if I let me just take the screenshots for you because not everybody has the access on WordPress, and this will be very important for you when it comes to project also. So I'm just going to give you the screenshots one by one. This is basically I call it like covering different stages, SEO checklist. I will take that as well. Do not worry. And you cannot understand till the time you have just seen everything happening here. And for your professional journey, my friend, I don't know who was it who just said blogger. No company would hire you to work on Blogger, and 70% of the companies would hire you to work on WordPress. Do you know that? Everyone agrees on it. It's better that you are giving getting the exposure on the WordPress rather than getting on the blogger.com. You will get that eventually. Of course, I will tell you what to be done. If I'll not tell you how to do on the blogger, then how would you would able to do the homework, and how you would able to show me what you have done. So eventually that would come anyhow. But try to be more focused here, because your profession journey will start with the WordPress or something like Wix or Shopify, and you should know the usage of these tools. It's very important. Okay, the image would not come here, but anyhow, I'll put in the second one. So this is the first image. When you would work on any of the platforms, wherever you work, Blogger, Wix, anywhere, so you would know that what could be the reasons that you're not getting the right SEO, because maybe you have just ignored the very first point. That's the first stage basically, where the links would have been there, the keyframe should be there, meta there. Okay, that's why I'm just going to go these stages, in these stages. Now, second stage would be like when we have just put it everything, we're not going to just put one thing. Okay, so now if I just go by this outbound link, okay, I'm just going to do everything in this is in sequence. So outbound link, we all understand what is outbound link. So I'm going to give a link of maybe this website. This is not my site. This is not Arca site. So if I'll give this link, so that becomes the outbound, of course. So I can just write maybe something as an anchor. So for email marketing strategies, lead this export block, something like this. I'll just going to do this, do this, do this, and always have a habit of opening the new tab. Okay, so that when person clicks on the link, so he is directly taken to the next tab rather than just overlapping your page. Okay, I think it's not completely. Just wait, let me just update it. Can you see this? The purpose should be resolved. Actually, I don't want to waste time in designing and all. So the purpose is that now the moment I have built up the outbound link, so you have the another SEO thing covered. Okay, and you can just see the front view by refreshing things again and again. So this has been linked to the outbound link now. This is the outbound link which takes outside the website. Clear, everyone? What exactly has just happened? I've given an outbound link, okay, on my page. Of course, you can just make it more presentable by covering all, but I'm just not wasting time. Okay. Next thing is internal link is missing. So internal link, I'm just going to make. I'm going to make my maybe my home page, because that's a very common page. Just create. When you would embed on your website, that is not a link anymore. That becomes the part of your code. Just like you're putting an image, like you're putting a photo. If I'm just going to tell you how to put an image here, you'll see the image will come. So when image has come onto the page, so that becomes the part of your image now, that part of your page now, no matter from where you have taken. Same way the video also, once it is embedded, so it will not be considered as outbound link. It will only be considered outbound link if you would right click here and then you will give the link of that YouTube video, just like I've shown you earlier. Okay, now coming to the internal link. So I've just shown you the simplest way, of making anything clickable. Now something from designing, because that will be very important. That will be very important. So if I have to just make an interlink and interlink of the home page, I want to present in bit more professional way. So what I would do, I will go into this plus button and I will search for the button. So this gives me a button. I will click a button and I will just write um, okay, something which is different, and then I can just make it clickable by putting the link here. I can always do that into, okay, I can do designings of sort, like if I can just click this and maybe outline it, it becomes outlined, it becomes filled. Okay, all this can be learned with the practice. I can just go here again, one more thing, you can just change the color by here. You can just go into the color, you can just change the background color. So I hope if anybody is seeing for the first time, so he must be or she must be enjoying it, that it is so easy to make things in WordPress. Can you see that? So that's how WordPress, that's why it is so important to learn these things if you really want to excel. Okay, so you can just do few more things, but as I said, you can just make it more smaller, bigger, wider, you can do all these things. Okay, so I'm just going to put like 50%, and then of course we can just what else I will do. I think that's enough. In the center, and of course I'll just going to take a different color. I'm not liking this color. Just going to keep it bluish maybe and update it. You again update it and you would see the internal link on the button, also the internal link being taken. Okay, and in the front end you will able to see the links. Can you see it has started to take some professional view? It has started to give you some professional view just by adding a button. It has started to give you some look and feel. Okay, still things are missing like an image. So what we can do, we can just see there is an image been missing, and of course key phrase I'll take in the third stage. So image and the meta tag will take right away. So if I just go on the top and if I want to bring the image, okay, so what I would do before the image, I will put some h2. H2 means very well the subheading. So now how that can be done, that is also something which you should know. Suppose my subheading is I'll take anything now. So okay, let me just take from this content only. Types of videos. Okay, types of videos in YouTube. Okay, so this is I want to make it h2. So I can just go here, click plus, click on the heading, and then decide I want to give h2, h3, h4, h5, whatever it is. Okay, I can just go this way and then just copy paste. So this becomes h2. You guys with me? How it has just been converted to h2. So this is how you just taken the block, just like you taken the block for the button, you taken the block for the h2. If I have to convert it to any other header, just again click, go and make it h5, h4, whatever it is, h1. H1 should not do it, but yeah, I'm just telling you. Okay, this is how this works, and then just come to the next block. Of course, it has to be a paragraph. So you go again because you are going to write something on the paragraph maybe. So the paragraph is like in this way maybe. So I'm just taking this and I go here. Again, I go and I'll take paragraph. Okay, and then everything will come in as a paragraph. And again, whenever you do any change, you update from here. Okay, and now I'm going to put an image because I just told you image. I'll just again enter. Again, you go here, take a image. Image is here. You just upload it, or if there is an image already been uploaded by you, then it will be in your library. So I'm just telling you from the very first level that if you do not have any image inside, so you just go upload content for demos, and maybe you just add anything here. Okay, and this has been added. Okay, you can just easily resize the images, like by going and like doing this all, and you can just make them centered, positioned if you don't want to keep it to the left side. That all already been centered now, and then update it again. Okay, and then you can just go and refresh, take a content. So this is something which would come. Of course, if you would see from here, there is no space been given, so you can just go back and in between these two, you can always add something like this plus, and you can just see something from a space been given. So there is a spacer. Okay, there is a spacer. So put space, and now there is a space. So you want to increase the space, decrease the space. It's just so simple to do it and update it. And if you see this now in this way, and now if you see in this way, so you will always going to be liking in this way. Of course, you can just manage it. Okay, we have to leave the space on the top as well. Clear, everyone, what I'm doing? Are you able to understand and enjoy at the same time the WordPress website making? So so that whenever you get a chance, you are able to do in the same way. Okay, for yourself. Okay, so of course it will take time when you would get the hosting and the domain, and once you have the control, just like I have, so you will able to play a lot. Okay, coming back to the alerts, so you will find now outbound is done, internal is done, SEO done, but still image not being given as green. So now again it is telling that there is something which is missing. Now you understand the use of the Yoast, I think, By my knowledge, I've just given the image, but still it is saying the image alt is missing. So what I would do, I would go back again and I would just click the image. The moment I click the image, it will say from the right side that there is an alt text. Okay, what exactly alt text means? Describe the purpose of the image. Okay, so I can just put anything. Um, okay, anything which is common, right? Very general. Okay, and then updated. But I know there is still a problem in the image. I'll just introduce that part. You will still see there's an orange thing to image. Okay, so this leaves us with the newer concept, which is key phrase. Okay, so I'll just come to that after we'll finish these two red. Okay, that will I'll take third phase. Let's just finish these two, and then only key phrase part or key phrase part will be left after these two are done. So let's just take meta description. So you guys know very well what is a meta description. Before meta description, just increase the length. Right now it is saying you have 173 words, but the recommended value is at least 300 words. Rather, I say you go by 500 plus 600 plus, but it is saying 300 words. So what we do, we just go back and we'll see if we have any more content to write. So we have a lot of content. I think I've taken from somewhere. So I can just take all this, copy and paste, so that it can increase the length again. Okay, this has come, and I want to put an image in between, of course. So I'll do that. So I have an image also. Let me just see the numbers first. The text count. Yeah, it is done. The text length is good now, 308 words. So that is also been given green. Only one image from the designing point of view is missing. That can be added anytime. Just the same way image. Okay, I'll just also tell you one more feature because I have come here again, so you should know one more thing. Maybe I'll just take this. So you can just, the way I have made anything clickable, you can make these images also clickable. That can take any way to your internal links, maybe, because you've just seen internal links increases the relevancy. They are very important relevant signals. So maybe I can just click on it and I can just can take to the home page. Okay. That can always take to the home page, and one more link has been added. And of course, I can just write anything and update it. So now we would find that just the meta is written, just left, and the key phrase. Meta, everybody knows. Meta is which is shown outside. So if I just show you the preview, how your content would look like on the mobile and desktop, you would see that on the desktop it is looking something like this right now, with the right title, with the right structure of the URL. On the mobile also it is coming like with the right structure of the URL title, but it is saying please provide a meta by editing the snippet below. If you don't, Google will try to find a relevant part of your post to show in the search result. It means if you won't provide anything, it will not keep it blank. It will just going to take any relevant thing from here. And we did talk that it is a very brief summary, it's a snippet, it's a very important factor which increases the chances of clicks. So we should always give something which is very, very important from the maybe business point of view, or offers point of view, discounts point of view, anything it could be. So what I would do, I will just take randomly anything. Okay, so I'm just taking this text videos and the director. No, 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 cannot delete. Okay, I'm just copying this much and I'll just show you. It gives you the alert on the length part also. So I'll just come back and go into the meta directly. And I'll just put it here. So you can see it is just showing orange. Okay, so we have to bring it to the greener part. So I'll, of course, I'll try to reframe it in a way. See why I don't put all. If it is taken, it means it can be shown. But there's a reason. If somebody is reading my content now, the permalink, the web link. So this is what is permalink. Now I've given you in the notes now. That's why I told you just be ready with the notes when you come. URL, permalink, slug, page address, everything is same. Okay. Everything just been given the different names. So you can see what's the reason I always tell people to cut down the meta description. Because if I, being such an, reading something on Google RP and trying to be, engaged to this particular snippet, so I will be reading this. When I'm reading this, I want to read everything. I just do not want that something is missing. And if by any reason I got the curiosity or urgency to click it because something is not completed here, and I reach inside, and if I don't find it on the top, which eventually I will not find. Why? Because I have taken something from the very middle of the text. It is not on the top. It is not something which I've taken from here. If I'm giving from the top, then it's fine. You can keep it half, half, like with the three dots, you can keep it. But if you're giving something from the outside the page or something from the middle of the page, try to finish the lines like with the lesser content, like this I'm saying. So if I just go and make it, we still it is saying over. Now that's the that's the difference. Once you're given this, now this ends the story here. Are you able to understand what does it mean actually? Why I have just pushed you to just lower down the number of characters, so that whatever you're writing, the person who is reading it is able to complete the sentence and read the sentence. And from the used point of view also, it is well done. It is not like it is increasing the size more than 150 characters or 140 characters. So you have to ensure that you cut it down to the part where things are read completely, and you're not overdoing it, because people would be engaged with the title, and of course with this much text also you can show a lot of things. Okay, now you update, so you would see that there is only one error which we have to figure out, that is the key phrase. But as of now, we have not understood what is a key phrase. So I put this thing as a second one when you do your work, so you can do at least till here. If you do not want to go for the keywords as of now, so key phrase as of now, so this can go without a key phrase till here. Okay, now comes the third stage. We will first understand what is the key phrase and then we'll talk about it. So the next screenshot would have errors with focus key phrase, or also called focus keyword, missing from important spaces. So let's see. Okay. And of course, we're going to understand the focus keyword first. So I'll go back. And now what I would do, now I will just try that. First of all, if my focus keyword is Pinterest marketing, we did discuss about the email marketing and Himachal travel, and also on the blogs. When we were reading something about the pregnancy blog yesterday, that there is something which is a page's main objective. In here, the page's main objective is Pinterest marketing. Suppose, okay. Now, if I go by the theoretical understanding, I don't take a help of a used, then maybe I would know from the screenshots and from the on page discussion we have done, that it has to be in a title, it has to be in the URL, it has to be in the introduction, it has to be in the image or text and all blah blah blah. Okay, but now what if I just take a help of the Yoast? So what I would do, I will purposely going to first copy this, and purposely going to delete this part, maybe just going to put like this pin. Okay, I'm not putting the everything here. Okay, and now going to feed to Yoast, that where I want to focus here. This is what I want. This is what my main keyword is. It could be anything: Pinterest marketing strategy, digital marketing codes, red tape, black formal shoes, whatever it is. It will take everything. Somebody was asking about the e-commerce also. So on the Yoast, you just need to put a product name, and the moment you put it, then you go down. Eventually, you would see the number of alerts has increased. Why? Because now this is talking, those are there, no? Those are already there. Links there, length is there, meta is there, whatever it was, it's there. But the main part is now about the insertion. So you were so curious to know what we doing the keyword research. Everybody wanted to know where exactly it has to be present from the SEO point of view. So this throws you with that third stage. If you're not putting the key phrase, the main keyword of your page in these places, it means you're not doing the right SEO. I'll explain you the key phrase meaning theoretically, but I hope you would have got a gist of it. What is the importance again of the Yoast, which tells us that where all it has to be given. Okay, so let's just see what it explains. Like if I just go on top where I've given key phrase, if you're just going to click this, it will going to take me to the blog by Yoast only. There is a Yoast blogs family. It talks about everything from the SEO. You can always refer that. And now just read. What is a focus key for focus keyword or a focus key phrase? The meaning remains same. The focus keyword or a key phrase is the search term that you want your page or your post to rank the most. That becomes your main keyword of the page, where your content is actually revolving around, where you want to rank the most. That is what we have discussed yesterday when we were talking, that ho sakta hai, it may be possible people would be typing audience targeting, creating email marketing strategies, or maybe mean open rate by the industry, but that is not the main objective of this page. The main objective of this page is email marketing guide, or just email marketing. That is their focus keyword, and that's why whatever the space it is telling us to be, where our focus keyword should be. So you will find now, if you will start analyzing in this way by seeing this from today, I'll give you the screenshots, of course. You will see every page's focus keyword, which of course which can be just seen by seeing the title must be having the focus keyword. You will see it will be there in every all these of parts, whatever we have just been discussing, or we'll be discussing. And that is why they get the ranking from the on-page point of view, because the relevancy increases when the focus keyword or the keyword which is important for us to rank is been given in the right paths, okay, in the right spaces. So if you set, okay, now this is very again a beautiful line. If you set a focus key phrase for a page with Yoast, please read this line again. Huh? If you set a focus key phrase, I have just set it up for a page with Yoast or Shopify, the plugin evaluates the page content. It means it is evaluating the whole page for me. Okay, and then gives the feedback on how to improve the content to increase the chance of ranking higher for that focus keyword or for that search term. You guys with me? Are you guys with me on this part? What exactly this is talking about and what is the importance of it? Okay, so so that you can read it later more if you want. I'm not taking a screenshot, I'm copying pasting into your notes so that you are able to enjoy this whenever you are free. You get a link, okay? Once you see that, it can be clicked and you can reach there. Okay, so if again, if your focus key phrase is missing from these major elements or spaces, then you could, can anybody answer kill? If your key phrase is missing, then you get to see something like this. Clear, everyone? If my key phrase is not been given in these places, then I would see the error alerts or red points, like it has to be improved, of course. Okay, and then comes your last point. Once the key phrase is inserted in all missing spaces, then the perfect on page score from Yoast will come. Screenshot 4, which will take eventually after making the changes. I'll just go back. So key phrase in the introduction is missing, first of all. So if key phrase is Pinterest marketing, I'm just going to copy that key phrase first, what I've given, so that I'm just copying and not wasting time. So I will just go in the introduction. Introduction means the very first paragraph. So I'm just going to put Pinterest marketing, and now you would see that there is a key phrase in the introduction. You guys with me? What exactly I've done? I've just got the key phrase in the introduction, means the very first paragraph, and my one more red has actually got the green alert or the green completion. Okay, the same way, key phrase density. Now this brings us to the keyword density which we have done. So the key phrase was found only one time, and if they would have checked my content length, which is approximately 300, so by that, at least it would have been, if I even take 1%, I'm not taking 2% even, it should have been three numbers, okay? Because my content length is like 300 something. It's like 308. So if 1% of 300 is 3, I'm using a key phrase just like once as of now. So it is saying that it should be used more. So what I would do, I will just going to try to bring somewhere here. And then would see if my keyword density improves. So now my key phrase density also improved. And that has been checked on the basis of my content length. Okay. And then you can just go, you have to do manually for that. You should know the coding and all. You cannot get for from the tool itself. You won't be, not everything. You can just get the image or text, maybe H1, H2, but not everything. So you have to do it manually. Okay. Now then, key phrase in the meta description is missing. So I'll just go into the meta now. So of course it has to be relevant. We're just trying to do from the demo content. And then there is something missing from the subheading. So there is no subheading, means H2 or H3, which is uh, used for key phrase, with the key phrase. So types of videos in the Pinterest marketing, that is done. And then I'm just left with key phrase in title, which is very important. Key phrase in title not been used. So of course I was just going to replace it completely. And now I think we can see the perfect score. So that leaves us with the on-page SEO using Yoast, and we can say that we have all the elements with the proper insertion, with the proper key phrase, with the proper length being used, and that's why it is giving us this perfect score. I hope you guys has learned something today. Any questions? The Yoast link has already been given, Khil. When I said that, then you should have at least come and seen. Na? You have to just check. I'm doing so many things parallelly. So sometimes you have to be bit on the side where you can also put some efforts, please. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Anchor text link is given. Yeah, I have given. See? But why it is not coming here, because that is just used as the outbound link. It has been just said outbound link. Okay. So can we just see for 10 minutes in the blogger also how these things are done now? Everyone. Because there we would not have a Yoast. Then there we have to use our screenshots. That is why I was doing homework for you parallelly. Why I was doing this, so that you can take a help from here. Okay, because not everybody has a Yoast, not everybody has a WordPress. So you in your blogger will go and check through the screenshots, then only you can do the best of the SEO. But everything will be possible there. That's a beauty. Okay. So let's just go and open the blogger. Because now if you are able to do this today, then anyhow, if you do or not, I will be submitting the website on Google tomorrow. So from here, we'll just move to the search console and off page, so that we can wind up the SEO part. So please try to practice whatever I have taught and whatever I'm teaching right now on the blogger. Okay. So I'm not going to waste any more time in telling you the account making and all, all those things. Just go on to the new post title. So considering that I do not have the WordPress, I just have my uh, whiteboard where I have just got my content written the way I was writing. So you will do the same way, and you will just go and take that. Okay, then you will just going to put that. Okay, then you will come here. You will take the content. If you have WordPress, then it is good. It is for the people who doesn't have the WordPress. go on a WordPress, then why to waste on time on Blogger? And then take this. Of course, in my structure when I was making a rough draft, I have given the image here. So I will do like I will come here, enter, go into the image. So 80% of the people are from bloggers, so please give your attention. So you will go here, upload from computer, just choose a file. Okay, so you can just take the same image or any other image I'm taking, and then click it and select select this. Okay, so because we know now already, I'm not going to go the way I went in the WordPress because there is no alert anyhow. So we know very well that it has to be given the alt text. So okay, let me just go step by step. So now this is done, and maybe I'm just going to put the content as it is. Yeah, we'll do in the off page, Akash. We have not reached that level, and tomorrow I'll tell you. Okay, so now I'm taking this whole in the blogger. Okay, it has come. I'm not just not doing anything. I'm just putting everything from the Word doc. Now, where my notes would help you, I'll just publish it. Okay, I'll just publish it right away. Now, where my notes are helping you. Now, you are working here. You come and you started to do work as you have just planned from the Word file. Then you went into the notes, and now you came here and you just started to see the screenshots. So, can you put your fingers on Y and N? In my blogger, when I was making this, did I give an outbound link? Did I give an outbound link as of now? In my blogger when I was just doing the work? Did I give any internal link? Did I really worked on the key phrase length as of now? Did I give in meta? Did I give an image alt? Did I checked my text length? I've done nothing now. So anywhere when you working without the Yoast or a WordPress, and when you just go there and do your things the way you have planned to do in your Word document, and you come back here, does this screenshot help you? Just to remind what you have missed. So now you would understand why I was saying even on the blogger also, by practicing on WordPress and getting these screenshots would be so easier to work. It is just like the difference that it will not going to turn the lights for you like from red to green. But the moment I see there is a red, what I would do, I will come, I'll just take a link, suppose outbound link. I will come, I will write, I will click, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, I will update it. So from the screenshot, I have a checklist that this is done. Are you guys with me? Same way, internal link, the home page of my blog. I'll go back, and home page. Of course, there is a challenge. What is the challenge? Can anybody think of a challenge? What is different from the WordPress here now? Of course, the internal link been given, but there is a difference. What we were able to do in the WordPress. What is the difference like? Anyone who is proactive, who is active today in my class, the button, it is not speaking, but because your life is full of workarounds, so what you can do? Can you do this? I'm just being being fast in doing these things, but you can download the better image. You know the sources well, and then go here, insert the image, choose a file, desktop, select. They have the editor here as well, so you can just take this away. Just not one finger to be given, like cropping it. Okay, otherwise I have an other image which I just got in my mind. It was in this is the better one. Delete this, keep this. Go here and click this. Give your link also working and in a much presentable presentable way you're able to get that. Okay, so now we know that the internal got done. Now comes the meta. Okay, so meta is being given on the right side with the search description. You can see already defined 150 words or characters. I'm just going to copy paste what meta I've given here so that I do not have to waste time. Meta given. What else? Image all text. Image. Click image. Click setting. All text. Okay, of course I will going to do a lot, but yeah, I'm just naming it with the basic. Text length, of course, I would have to do a manual work for here. In here, I have to copy the content, whatever I have to, put it up here and do the Word document thing and check the words. And that's it. Okay. That's my text length, my outbound, and I can see everything from the image, outbound, internal, meta, text, SEO title is done. Now comes the part of key phrase. Because I know the key phrase plays such a vital role, I will just ensure that if Pinterest marketing is my key phrase, is it been given in the introduction? So I will come here and will check. My Pinterest marketing is my key phrase. So from this screenshot again, I am getting a help. Key phrase in the introduction. It is missing in the introduction. I will just going to replace it. Key phrase length, so I have to just always remember 300, so 2 to 3 times it has to be used. So if I just control F and if I just go and see, so it has been used thrice, so 1, 2 and 3 in the meta. So it is not counted from the meta point of view, so I have to put in a text, in the search, so in the text of my content, so I'll just put it here. Next is key phrase in the meta. It is there, we have just seen key phrase in the meta been given. Next is it is not used earlier. Key phrase in the subheading. I will go and just going to maybe I can just make a new subheading here by just putting tools, and then I can go here and just from here I can just make a subheading. So you learn that how you can do the H2, H1, H3 here as well. So heading, subheading, minor heading, paragraph. Okay, so if you confused tomorrow that from where we can change the headers here, so you have just learned on the blogger also how it is done. And then image alt text we've already done, and key phrase in the title already here. Key phrase in the slug. So slug is a permalink. You can just come here, it is your permalink, and you can see the Pinterest marketing is already been taken. So Pinterest marketing, how it has come automatically, it comes from the title. Same way in the WordPress also, if you would see, so it would have come directly from the title only. You can just check it on the page, the link, it's there. So I hope you understood why I got these screenshots and how now you can easily, with some manual, updates without just getting the help from the use directly, you can easily do on the blogger, and you can just assume that everything is green now for you. Can everybody give me a quick why so that I can be happy at the end of the day? Maybe we have started late today, but we are able to do something very productive. If you have really, learned something, try to do it today, guys. Try to just do it today. Today is the time to do. If you've been waiting for so many days, so I think it is very important for everyone. Whatever you have done, it is important now to implement, and this is the way only. You just need to do. Which blogger link you want, Poonam? Just put in a sheet, Akash. I'll do it tomorrow. Just put in a sheet under your name. Poonam, which link you're asking? We are already running late. Just let me know, please. For this particular one, this one or what document? Yeah, yeah. I'll send you. I'm sending you the blogger my blog address only. So you would find that everything is there. The very first one is the one which we have just created today, and you would see that sitemap XML also would have updated today. See, this is the one which we have added today, na? Pinterest marketing strategy. Okay, I'm just giving you the link of this, so you will able to find it. Okay, guys. So I'll meet you tomorrow 9 p.m. IST, and whatever you have done, please do it practically, as I said. No, no, I do not have anything of that sort. And Ahmad, I request that just do not try to get everything copied or documented everywhere. Try to practice. No matter how much steps, how many times videos, how many times the screenshots I would give. Only things which can help you is the practice, and then this will thing remain in your brain forever. So even you get steps in a website, even you get a steps in my document, even you get a step in my video if I give. So that will just going to last for a few days if you have just seen and done it. But the moment you start practicing it on a daily basis, then it will be forever. So I do not have that sort, but of course I've given you the document link. Everything has it. No, 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 no. There is nothing, Suraj. We are doing Blogger because it is free and you are able to do something practically. Otherwise, nobody takes Blogger. Everybody just gives the demo on the WordPress and the class is done. I always want that you are doing something because you are researching keywords, you are searching images, you're searching the titles, you're searching the descriptions, and you're searching the paragraph. Where you will put it if you do not have a WordPress? So this is the space to put it. And if you're really able to learn it, it is not a very bad platform. You can see, it is giving a right shape and color. You can easily make such a site if you really spend time and put the content in the right place with the right images. Okay, so try to spend time and in free try to enjoy this, and when you decide to pay, when decide to spend, then you can take WordPress. Then your life will be much easier. So you're starting with the hard work. Of course, the next series or next sequence or wherever you work will be much lighter. The moment you start with something WordPress like a ready-made thing, so then you cannot work for the harder challenges in the next phase. So try to work and practice without a WordPress right now, and then maybe you should be ready with the concepts. More conceptually, you should be clear. Now, if because I've been working and the ones who've been working, they know that the key phrase density, the key phrase usage, where it has to be done, the number of titles it has to be given, the titles had subtitles, the H1, H2, H3. So everybody whoever been doing this, they know everything by heart. So we don't have to refer these green screenshots. This is what I mean. Once you practice, once you know where and anything has to be inserted and how it has to be inserted and what is the use of it, then eventually you will not need these documents anymore. You would not need any help from these references. Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. For the beginner, you should just go and try to use it. Not now, Ahmed. Just try to play with the free one. There is nothing like a difference in the functionality. Just like the number of key phrases increases. So you can just start with one key phrase. Who is stopping you? For the pages, you can just use multiple key phrases. That's the only difference in the premium. So we'll talk tomorrow. If you have anything, then let's just wind up. I don't know. Do not want to confuse others, with something which they don't know even. So let's just wind up, and we'll going to continue with the site submission tomorrow. Okay. So take care, guys. Good night. God bless everyone. And I will going to meet you tomorrow at the same time, 9 p.m. IST. I will be there on time. Do not worry. Okay. So, bye bye. Just give your valuable feedback and ratings if you like the session. Okay. I take care. Uh, okay. I take a leave. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Good night, Ujjwal. Bye. Good night. God bless everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Bye. Excuse me.